have a tendency to mess with this. So.
Well, first of all, the name of this bookstore in Solvang?
The Book Loft.
The Book Loft. And your name is?
It's Elaine.
Elaine. I'm David.
Hi, David.
Nice to meet you.
My husband once named David.
And my wife, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie and David.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well then if you...
Debbie David Daniels.
It goes on. I love alliteration.
Yes.
I too write, and so I try to get that in whenever I can. Okay, here is our print, our cut in the typeset, and it is this right here.
Oh, wow.
And as I tell the kids, you take a piece of paper and put here, pull this down, use what's called a brayer to ink this, fold it over, push it under, and turn the crank back out, up, very wet sheet, and hang it up to dry.
Oh, wow.
And that's how this press works.
Exactly.
And that's how they printed books in the 1600s. and
One
earlier.
page, one side at a time. Then when all those were dry, they changed this out.
Wow.
And you know, there are a lot of morbid terms with printing. This is a coffin, and they kill the paper, and the
that's
the
funny.
file is called a morgue. And
That's
after
funny.
you get an issue out, you sit and you look at it, see what's wrong with it. You call it the autopsy.
Oh, how funny. Yeah, this is beautifully crafted, solid
So
oak.
this is a replica of what Johnny
Well,
Goosebumps actually did in his stuff.
There were no existing presses. There is a Stone River press, I think it's called. Spoon River. This is the name of the people that did this book. They hired a carpenter named McClure, last name was McClure, to investigate it to see what it really looked like. Well, he got so interested that he decided to build one. So he built it. And it was to scale from everything he could determine.
Mm-hmm.
So then Spoon River did the book on him. Well, our late owner, also an engineer and impressed with it, bought the book, hired a local carpenter, the one that built all of our bookcases,
Oh, yeah, they're beautiful.
to build it from this book.
Wow.
And the only license our friend took was putting Purple Heart wood here. That was his signature thing. And unfortunately, we just lost that man.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
He is a tremendous artist in wood. He
Wow.
was in museums and everything. Well,
This is gorgeous.
this is from one of his shows.
Wow. His work is beautiful.
Right, so
it just allows the wood to glow.
Oh, I know it. So we just loved his press. Because,
How old is this press here?
I think, had to be done in the either late 80s, early 90s. I'm not sure when we did this.
I
Wow.
was able to get a hold of some really beautiful oak.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he's got the tiger stripe right there. It's quarter sawn to get that.
Right.
And
That's what they did
expensive.
so much with the craftsman furniture was, well, we wouldn't have had the education because it was only the nobles in the church who could afford these fancy books. What book did you write?
Well, I wrote one called Did the Catholic Church Give Us the Bible? I've written about 11 books.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, the newest one comes out this week called Is the World's Oldest Bible a Fake?
Oh.
About the Codex Sinaiticus and how it actually is not an ancient document at all. It was composed in the 1800s and aged.
Wow.
So that's a fun book.
That would be a fun book. Well, a lot of, did you ever read, you might not, there's an author, I'm trying to think of his name. He writes about, his detective is also a used book dealer.
Uh-huh.
And he writes about things, but they have a lot of used books in it. And one mystery was about this fake book.
Uh-huh.
And they couldn't prove it was fake because the paper was genuine and everything, found out that somebody was going into archives and cutting the 4 pages out of old books so they could use the old paper to replicate
Well, there you go.
these books.
Well, especially with parchment, you can clean it off. It's called a palimpsest. When you take this beautiful, very
erase.
durable, and you wash it off carefully, and then you write on top of
On
it.
top, like
Yeah.
they do with the $1 bills. You know, they'll bleach them and print 100 on top of them.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh yeah, we had to learn that.
Well, thank you very much.
you're
This is so intriguing. Now, how big was the real
Well,
one?
this is 5/8 scale.
So the real one was like how big?
Another 3/8 bigger. If you figure 5/8 scale,
twice as
if you
big.
take another, almost a half of this, and
Yeah.
again, it
Okay.
was huge.
Yeah. That is beautiful.
The only thing that Bud did not make is the screw,
Yeah.
because the screw was,
It was multiple levels.
well, and not only that, it was much steeper than it was practical to carve.
Oh.
So he found one out of an old wine press, and when we actually demonstrate this, I have to put a shim under it because it doesn't go all the way down. So even that, it doesn't go down far enough to
Right.
put pressure
Right.
on it. So there's a shim I put in.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, you're
I
welcome.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for your interest. Excuse me.